Good morning. This is Mr. Freddy Talat. النهارده هنكون بنحل مع بعض Feb March 2020 paper 3-1 task of data analysis اللي هو Excel. Starting with counting the number of files the support files اللي بيديهاني في الإكزام بتبقى موجودة على الكمبيوتر اللي هتمتحن عليه. تاخد منها زي ما بنقول كل مرة copy وتحطه في your work area folder with your name on desktop. تاخد copy للسبورت فايل تحطها في الفايل دوت. ودي اللي في الورك اريا بتاعتك اللي انت هتكون بتشتغل عليه. Task 1 the evidence task create a new word process document. هنا بيطلب مني ان انا اكون بكرييت الايفيدنس. هو مش مديني فايل evidence موجود جوه الفايلز هنا، هو بيطلب مني ان انا اكون بكرييت الفايل. اعمل كده ازاي؟ اكون بفتح فايل word blank document كده انا عندي new file و make sure your name center number and candidate number appears on every page of the document. محدد ليش header ولا footer، انا هحطه في الهيدر هنا my name followed by center number followed by candidate number. طبعا لما تاخد a statement of entry those number will be replaced باللي موجودين ال accurate ones in your statement of entry. واكون بكتب هنا evidence 1. Then he asked to save this document in my work area as M20 evidence. This is the name, followed by your candidate number, for example, this one. This file, save as work area بتاعي اللي أنا شغال فيه هنا desktop folder بتاعي بالاسم اللي هو عايزه followed by candidate number وطبعا as a Word document. Save. كده I'm done with the first task creating the evidence document. Task 2, data analysis. Data analysis means a spreadsheet task or as we are working on Excel. زي ما قلنا كتير في Access, it's very important to read الهيدر لأنه بيكون مكتوب فيه information مهمة جدا ممكن تستخدمها في الإكزام. وتهايلايت، خلي معاك دايما highlighter أو pencil to underline أو circle the important information. You are going to prepare a spreadsheet for just dive or rust. This company takes divers on trips to ship wrecks. Each trip has 2 dives. It seems important one to know. To make sure divers are safe on their trip, they have to calculate, that means this is an important one, you have to calculate how long they can safely stay underwater at certain depths when breathing nitrox, which is a mixture of nitrogen and oxygen. This nitrox is a mix between the nitrogen and oxygen. All right, we will see if we are going to need this information or not. Step 1, open and examine the file rag.csv and dive planner.csv in a spreadsheet package. So Alan's work area, this is the first one, rack, and I have the second one, dive planner. Anytime you open an Excel file, you have to press here on the corner, select the whole sheet, double click between any 2 letters. So all the cells will fit to show the content. Look at the difference, undo. Here I have just dive for rust. Seems like it's written in cell A and B, both columns and the rest. But when I double click between any 2 letters, it will adjust the size and will fit the content. And also for the second table, the same. Anytime you open Excel file in any task, in solving PowerPoint, Word, if you ask it for a chart, anytime you open Excel file, you do this double click between 2 letters when you select the whole sheet. Save the planner file as a spreadsheet with the file name planner underscore followed by your candidate number. Here is the planner file, save as, the same position, and the name he is asking for is the planner underscore my candidate number. And now we need to convert it from CSV to Excel workbook. This is the default and the right format of saving Excel file spreadsheet. save. So we are done with the save step. Insert a new row, just one row. Between the rows contains land, dive, time, and save. So I have two rows, contains land, dive, time, and save here. Land type, dive time, and save, and he needs a new row in between. When I needed to insert a new row, I stand directly on the number of the following row, right-click on the number and insert. That will insert a new row above, just above, okay? So to do that, I was standing next to save and press right-click. Now I have a new row between the bland, dive time, and save as he asked it for here. Format the top of the spreadsheet to look like that. Now, this is a very important step. We need to make sure that in our spreadsheet or our Excel file will look exactly like this one. We need to take care of the merged cells, the font type, the font size. Is it bold or not? Italic or not? There is a border or not? Also, the visibility of the row number and the column letter. Let's start with the first row. Here, he merged cell A1 to C1 with A1 to C1 with black background and white font. That's correct. And we now can see also that it's a serif font. So I will make sure that it's Times New Roman. The font is a little bit bigger. Now close to this one here. Row number 2 is minimized. I will stand between 2 and 3 and I push 2 up like that. Row number 3 is merged between B3 and C3 with gray background. The font here is also serif font and thick border. Here, this one is merged, gray background, serif font, bold, a little bit bigger. Here, with thick. Yep. In this all, we have borders here. There's black line. So I make the borders for the table. Here, all borders. And for this one, we'll choose the thick outside border. Row 4 also minimized, and 5 is sans serif font and bold. So here, this one will small it. This two center aligned with bold, Calibri or Arial. Both are sans serif font. This is 5, and the rest are left aligned. Here, they are left aligned. That's perfect. Format the merged cell A1 to have white text on a dark blue background. So this is dark blue, not black. Format the merged cell in B3, this dive planner, to have black text on a pale blue background. Also, this is blue, not gray. Pale blue, not gray. Save the spreadsheet. So I will press here for save or Control S for save. It will tell you that it's saved. Step 2. Place your name, center number, and candidate number left aligned in the header. And to do that here in the spreadsheet, we can do that by pressing here on the page layout view. That will show me the structure of the page. I'll have header. When I stand with the mouse, we'll have the 3 positions. Here you want my details on the left align. I'll press on the left and write down the name. Followed by the center number, followed by the candidate number, left align, place the text last edit on, followed by an automated date, center align in the footer. Yeah, I'll scroll down to the footer, center align, last edit on, and here in the header and footer detail, you can insert current date, number of pages, page number, current time, file path, or file name. Here he's asking for automated date, and this is the formula for the automated date. So that's it. In the footer, you press here, and then you go back here to the normal view, and that's it. And you save, Control F. Always save while you're working. Here we did nothing, but also save. Make sure that we have the file. In cell B7, I'm standing B7, rack name. Use a function to look up. So we know now which function we are going to use to look up the name of the rack using the rack code cell for this dive for the lookup value and the file rack for the lookup array. So here we will pretend that there is a code here. If we don't have it, that's fine. We can work still when we have no details on the sheet, but we can still work on that. We will search for this rack name in this document, and those are the codes. Okay. For this one, we can use VLOOKUP or XLOOKUP. Here, for this time, I will use the VLOOKUP. I will write the function equal VLOOKUP. And once you double click on it, you have indication for what you are doing here for this bar. Lookup value, what you are looking for. I'm searching for the code, comma, table array, بتدور فين. I will choose the other table from the code and name. And here is column 1, column 2. That means that the column index number is 2. This is the return value. This is what I want, comma, column index number 2, comma, and I need the exact match. So I will press false, close the formula, enter. Why do I have it as NA here? Because this one is empty. If you want to make sure that this code is working, just let's test it and take one of these codes, A, B, C, and insert it here. I will insert A, enter, it's working. Let's try another one. C, it's working. Perfect. So for the VLOOKUP, we have 4 statements, 4 questions. Lookup value, table array, where you are searching, column index number, السلكتد array دوت عايز الريزلت return value يجي من column رقم كام وفولس for exact match ولا approximate match. We are done with step number 3. Number 4, in B8, use a function to look up again, look up the depth of the dive using the rack code cell for dive to look up value and the file, the same thing, but this time here he wants the depth. That means he wants to return this value. Let's try it this time with X lookup. For X lookup, it's a little bit different than the V lookup, so we'll use X lookup. Lookup value, also searching by the code. Now here, comma, in lookup array, you will select only the column contains the code, just this column, اللي أنا بدور فيه, the lookup array. Then followed by comma, return array depth. From which column you want to return the value. When I find the code here, which thing you want to return, the type or the name or the depth. I want the depth, so I will select it all, comma. If not found, error message, I will say, leave it empty, two quotations and just one space in between, comma, exact match. Close it and enter. Here it's empty because I said leave it empty. If we use the VLOOKUP, كانت هتبقى NA زي اللي فوقين. That's good. Now we are done with step 4. Replicate the function used in step 3 and 4 for both dives. That means I will replicate to the right this one, replicate to the right. That means that B6 is going to be C6, and the rest are absolute value already. Here, the same. Replicate right. Done with step 5. It's safer to do the deepest dive first. Just dive for us once an error message displayed if the second dive is deeper than the first dive. So you want to, if the second dive is deeper than, so if this depth is deeper than this one, he wants error message. Display an error message displayed if the second dive is deeper than the first dive. Let's read the step itself. He says merge cell B11 and C11. Here is B11 and C11. Merge. In this merged cell, use a formula to display the text unsafe second dive is deeper. This is the error message. If the second planned dive will be deeper than the first one, or to display yes if it's not the case. So it's if statement. I will start by equal if. Simple if. So the logical test, what I want to test, if the second dive is deeper, means greater than the first dive, comma, what will happen if this is the case? Now let's read it again. If the second dive is deeper than the first dive, he wants, if it's true, he wants the error message. Sorry. One more time. Equal if the second dive depth is greater than the first dive depth, comma, the error message he wants is this one, unsafe, second dive is deeper. Unsafe, comma, the second dive is deeper, and the quotation. But what if this case is false? Just print yes. Enter. Second dive will be planned deeper than the first, or to display yes if this is not the case. That's perfect. Format this merged cell to have a red background with white text only if the message unsafe text dive deeper is displayed. So if I have this message unsafe second dive deeper, you want the cell to be red background with white text. This is a conditional format. I have a condition here. It's not just a format you do it from here, but عندي شرط. So I go to the conditional format window, new rule. And I will say that format only cell that contains specific text, this one. If it's unsafe, and I'll make sure also that this is the error message I have. If you found this text, format this cell to be color white with fill with red background. Here, that one with good evidence. Place in your evidence document a screenshot that shows how you applied the formatting to this merged cell. You want an evidence for the conditional format I did. I will press here again, manage rules, and I will take a screenshot for this one. It shows here the range and the format. Cell value contains this word. This is all he wants to see. So I will press Window Shift S for screenshot, and I will take a screenshot for this part. Okay, this is evidence number 1. Here in evidence number 1, I will place it. Enter. So now I'm done with evidence number 1. Save your spreadsheet. Save. Print only cells A1 to C11 of your spreadsheet showing the formula. A1 to C11. Showing the formula, he means that he doesn't want to see this value view, but formula, show formula here, and double click. So I have here to see everything. I have the values. I have, sorry, the formulas I used. One time I used the VLOOKUP, and another time I used the XLOOKUP, and the if statement I did. Landscape orientation, row and column headings are displayed. I'll go to print, change the page orientation to landscape orientation. Size of the page is always A4. Page setup, sheet to show the row and column heading, and the content of this cell are fully visible and can be easily read. He didn't say anything about fitting in one page, so I can just leave it in 2 pages, page number 1, and the other cells in page number 2. Sorry, it's printing more than it should. You want to select print selection. This is what I selected, and I want to print from A1 till C11 only. So you change that by pressing here in the setting, print selection. What he means by show the row and column headings are displayed, يعني في الprint out you won't see this A, B, and 1, 2, 3. The row number with the column letters. Let's print out one and you press print. Again, use the spreadsheet to plan dive, this step number 8, with the rack code of A, then O. Means that first one will be A, second one will be O. Save the spreadsheet and print only this one showing the value. The same printout, but this time I will show the value. Here is the value. Yes, second dive is deeper than the first dive. That's why I have the error message here. I want to print from A1 till C11 too, without this part. Fits in single page. It was clear now this time. Row and column header are not displayed. Contents of this cell are fully visible and can be easily read. I go to File, Print, also Selection, because I want from A1 till C11, name and date correct. The header and footer I did in the first step. And now this time page setup sheet, and he doesn't want to show the row and column heading. He wants just this view. And he didn't say anything about portrait or landscape. You can leave it landscape, or you can change it to portrait. It will always fit here. That's perfect. And you print the second printout. Step 9, use the spreadsheet to plan dives for rack code of first O and then A. Now he's changing this one to be O, here to be A. Now that's why I have the yes. That means also that the if statement is working perfectly. Print only cells A1 to C11 again of your spreadsheet showing the value, not the formula. Make sure the print fits in one single page. Row, columns, and headings are still not displaying. Content of these cells are fully visible. From A1 till C11, File, Print, without the headings and of the row and columns. So this is the printout 3. And the total mark for those steps we just finished are 43 mark, and the next one will be the web page. By that, we are done with this exam. Just a reminder of simple things like the conditional format. If you want to format the cell, if it contains something specific or we have a specific range, that means you will do it from the conditional format. New row, read those carefully. Most of time we use format only cells that contain, and you check here if it's no blank, if it's blank, specific text, cell value between two numbers means I have a range, equal to something, not equal to something. You put the criteria and you press format. Here you format the font color, font type, and size, the border, and the fill color. That we call it conditional format. Also, you can show the formula by pressing formula, show formula. From here, you can print out, show the formula. Don't forget to adjust the cell size to fit the content so the formula be fully visible and you can see it easily. And by that, we are done with this exam. Good luck. If you have any questions, just leave it in the comment, please. Thank you and good luck.